Amid numerous signals regarding the possible upcoming negotiations, Kiev attempts a new counteroffensive to gain at least some benefits. On February 6th, the armed forces of Ukraine launched a large-scale attack in the Russian border Kursk region. During the first day alone, the Ukrainian military launched 8 waves of attacks with the forces of 2 mechanized battalions in infantry fighting vehicles and armored combat vehicles, supported by tanks and barrage vehicles. The attacks targeted the village of Ulonok, located southeast of the main Ukrainian stronghold of Sudza. Indeed, Ukrainian assault groups managed to break through the Russian defense in some areas and advance several kilometers deep into the rear areas. They were spotted in the villages of Cherkasskaya, Konopielka, and Fanasivka, but failed to gain a foothold and were stopped in the forest area. Ukrainian military columns and infantry units were ground down by Russian UAVs, artillery, and airstrikes. The Russian Defense Ministry called the Ukrainian attack suicidal and summed up enemy losses of more than 200 servicemen and 50 pieces of equipment, including at least 8 tanks. The destroyed tanks include the notorious Abrams and M1150 assault breacher vehicles based on the same American tank. The official reports are confirmed by data from the battlefield and clear footage of the damage. Only about 100 Ukrainian soldiers survived and were scattered in the forests nearby. The large area remains in the gray zone where the Russians launched mop-up operations. At night, some Ukrainian troops attempted maneuvers to send in infantry and IFVs, supply ammunition, and evacuate the wounded, but they could not achieve any significant success. Russian forces control the routes, destroying enemy equipment and personnel with drones and long-range weapons. The scattered Ukrainian soldiers were abandoned by their comrades. At the same time, Ukrainian artillery was also heavily shelling Russian military positions. Ukrainian reserve units are actively moving in the border areas in the Sumy region. Apparently, having achieved some results, the Ukrainian command is set to throw new reserves into battle and attempt to break through the Russian defense. Ukrainian counterattacks on the northern Donbas front line suppose that the main goal of the assault in Kursk was to distract large Russian reserves. A series of Ukrainian counterattacks were reported in the area of Lipsy in the Kharkiv region in recent days. The Ukrainian military may also attempt an assault on Slidiva, a large stronghold south of Pokrovsk. Preliminary reports from the Donbas front line suppose that Ukrainian forces increased pressure in Lysovka on the northern flank and south of Nova Elizaveta in the west. In the case of success, Ukrainians may approach Slidiva and surround the Russian grouping that is advancing south of Pokrovsk. However, the Ukrainian army needs large forces to break through the Russian defense, but its strategic reserves are being ground down on Russian soil.